Today, we will embark on a fascinating journey, uncovering secrets hidden beneath the concrete of cities. If you've ever wondered about the underground world, this video is for you. Let's explore together the 4 rivers that flow silently beneath the busy streets of metropolises, revealing a unique and surprising perspective of our urban environment. Get ready to discover the unexplored and marvel at the hidden beauty of rivers hidden beneath cities. Progress often comes at a price. And in terms of nature, this usually requires that some element needs to disappear, or at least remain hidden. A good example are the rivers that flow through large and populous cities around the world, whose fate has resulted in being camouflaged under kilos of concrete. And before you think that this is a reality reserved only for cities located in less developed countries, it is important to highlight that this occurs indiscriminately. In other words, it applies both to cities whose growth is unrestrained and those that had the possibility of being planned, even if minimally. Discover some of these cases. 1. Farset River in Belfast. Farset has its origins in the Gaelic Beal first, and before being buried in 1848, it was responsible for giving rise to the name of Belfast, the capital of Northern Ireland. It was through its waters that the city's commerce flourished, cutting a considerable part of the way, until it met another river, the Lagan. However, industrial development in the 19th century caused severe environmental damage in Farset. Pollution was mainly caused by the linen factories, for which Belfast was known. As a way of preventing health problems and, at the same time, remedying the problem with bad smell and encouraging the use of the Lagan, already considered a most important river, the Farset was completely channelized in 1848. About 10 years ago, a debate in Belfast it has been done so that part of the river can be exposed again. 2. Neglanaya River in Moscow. Moscow is a city full of mysteries and stories. One of these concerns the Neglanaya River, which was channelized and half-hidden, and has an imposing past in which it formed, joined to the Moscow River, the neighborhood where the Kremlin was built for the first time, in the north of Moscow, at the end from the 15th century. Flooding and pollution from the city's development meant it became a problem for the Russian capital, and it was channeled in 1812 after the fire that engulfed Moscow that year. Visitors to the city can find the place because there is a white Barbican tower just outside the official Kremlin walls. There was a bridge connecting the Kotofia and Troitskaya towers. 3. River Fleet, London. Anyone who sees old engravings and paintings of London may wonder about a river that appears in them and is no longer seen in the capital of England. This is the River Fleet, channelized in 1880, which crossed a considerable part of London until it flowed into the River Thames in its heyday. As the city grew, Fleet became a polluted place, receiving waste from local industries. As the situation worsened and the bad smell increased, the government began, in 1730, a process of walling up the river circuit, until it was completely covered in 1880, becoming part of the city's sewage system. 4. Shibuya River, in Tokyo, Japan. One of the most iconic urban intersections in the world is the Shibuya Crossing, in the city of Tokyo, Japan. The place is well known for its wide and thin pedestrian crossings, including one that crosses diagonally. One of the favorite urban stages for tourists, this was the point where the Ondon and Yuta rivers joined to form the Shibuya River. Built in a similar way to Venice, full of rivers and canals, Tokyo suffered from the Great Kanto earthquake in 1923, the bombings of the Second World War and the intense pollution of Shibuya. Thinking about the Olympics that would take place in 1964, engineers decided to channel it, putting an end to the river. During preparations for the 2020 Games, the possibility of reopening sections of Shibuya was discussed, in a project that would include planting green areas in the Japanese capital. The idea did not go ahead, but the river remains under Tokyo's most famous crossing, and through the canals that cross the city. As we dive into the secret waters of these urban rivers, it's time to resurface, but not before reflecting on the majesty of the unknown. I hope this journey has piqued your curiosity and provided a unique insight into the underworld that often goes unnoticed. If this video made you see cities in a different way, leave your comment and share to bring this discovery to more curious explorers like you. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future explorations, and let us know in the comments if there are any other urban mysteries you'd like us to solve. Thank you for following this journey, and until the next chapter.